Here we are, we're approaching the junction of the track here of the circuit for the Cathedral Rock circuit or track. See, one heads off to the right. That's not the way to go. And one heads off to the left, which is the way we will go. And what happens here is that the track continues in the circuit and comes back on the track on the right. But further up the pathway here, as we go around, there is a track that heads off to the right, which leads to the top of Cathedral Rock. And as you can see, the track is quite well marked with these sort of signs. And to get to this point, we've had to come across the swamp down that way from the Barrackey rest area. And there's some nice granite rock outcrops that we'll have a look at on the way back. It's quite a cool morning, quite cold actually. Approximately 6:45 at the moment. We head back up the track. What we can see here is, just looking off the track here as we continue around the circuit, is an area strewn with boulders, which is typical of this sort of area where we're at the moment here at Cathedral Rock. You may in fact, as we pan down toward the road, to the track rather, you may be able to hear water flowing as we head off in that direction. So what we're looking at here is just one of the many streams that flow through this area that you'll see on the walk. Most of them are very overgrown with ferns. This one was too, a bit further downstream, but as we head up, it's becoming more mountain-like, as you would expect with the boulders and so on. We pan back this way, follow the stream back down. We're able to see just one of the wildflowers of the area, simply a Banksia spinulosa. And there's its distinctive flower type there. So just a few points on the track as we get to this section here with the stairs. I've just been over a similar section with a lot of stairs. The track itself is fairly easy, and if you can handle going up a few stairs, then you'll find that the track's not too bad at all. As you can see, there are quite a lot of them. We haven't yet reached the track that heads off to Cathedral Rock. A couple of things that probably need to be made about the track is that we've seen plenty of water today, or I have, but that would not normally be the case. There's been a lot of rain this season, so don't rely on the streams around here for water, and if you do want to take water from the stream, then I suggest that you bring some sort of purification tablets or something similar to that. I wouldn't drink straight from the creeks. The other thing is, it's actually just the beginning of May. It's been quite warm around the coastal New South Wales to this point. But having stayed at the Barrackey campground last night, I have to say that it was quite a very cold night. And getting off and walking this morning was cold as well, so I'm very well rugged up, so bring plenty of warm clothes if walking at this time of the season, or this time of year. My feet have only just begun to thaw out. They were fairly numb, the toes, so certainly much better now. And we'll head back off on the walk up this pathway here. So as can be seen by the map, that's here at the junction of the Cathedral Rock summit track. So we've just reached it. We're approximately halfway around the actual circuit, and as we pan around, we'll look back on the pathway from which I came. As we continue around, there's a huge boulder sitting there near a seat there for a bit of a break should you want one. But what's really good is that we've started to catch glimpses on the track after we got up the stairs See Cathedral Rock on the summit there and the various rocks that are up there. Now, difficult to see here. You might be able to make out through the trees. Though I'd say it's highly unlikely on the video. You just see the various bits of rock and boulders. And we're about to head off up the track here. There it is there, that's where we're going. You can see here, as we continue the ascent to the top of Cathedral Rock, very rugged, and the track is certainly beginning to show that. There are some spots where it is a little bit hard to distinguish just what the track is or where it is, but these markers certainly help. Now, I wouldn't advise if you find bushwalking difficult that you attempt this if you're not very good on your feet. It's certainly not an easy part of the walk. The summit track is a lot more difficult than the circuit. What we're looking at here is literally a hole through which I've had to squeeze through to get up. I think you can get through it easily enough, even though it's tight. If we can pan up past these rocks here, you see what's up ahead. Absolutely beautiful, rocky, mountainous country. That's the pathway ahead. We're going up through there. So, plenty of overhanging rocks and gaps and crevices, and there are some deep crevices that you need to be aware of. And you do also need to use your hands to get through some of this. Now what we're going to look at through here, I hope we can see it. There we go. Section of round mountain across there, which I'm sure we'll get a better view the further up we go. Here we are at Cathedral Rock. It's looking down on the wonderful scenery as we pan around the top of the snowy range and round mountain. There's that peak that we could see through the crevice. Continue around. So beautiful scenery. Very rugged country. Snows here at times in the winter, bit of sleet. Continue to pan around. Here we are, Cathedral Rock, which we'll ascend shortly. What I want to look at is just over here. You can just see it there. There's a chain. That's to assist in the climb up to the top, which isn't that far. We can go up through here. We'll see even some more of the chain as it goes on further. There's the chain again to the top there. I have had to use my hands quite often in the last part of this ascent, so the chain will certainly be helpful. Okay, a little bit difficult to see here in the glare of the sun at the moment, but keep panning around. It's I believe toward Woolpack Rocks, in fact, not Round Mountain, as I may have said earlier. Round Mountain, of course, is further around to the left, and we're just about to pan there. Come around the top of Cathedral Rock. There's Round Mountain. There's the top of Cathedral Rock. We keep going around to see, there's plenty to see. Magnificent scenery out there. Magnificent country. Very bright, of course, being very early in the morning. It will affect the quality of the video, I know. And there we are, we go back around to where we started this sequence of shots. Beautiful country.